You're nobody till somebody loves you. You're nobody till somebody cares. You may be king, you may possess the world and its gold, but gold won't bring you happiness when you're growing old. The world still is the same, you never change it. As sure as the stars shine above, you're nobody till somebody loves you. So find yourself somebody to love. The world still is the same, you never change it. As sure as the stars shine above, well, you're nobody till somebody loves you. So find yourself somebody to love.
Okay, so I posted my first video the other week. Well, it's like 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and it went pretty well. I walked away from my computer for about 5 minutes afterwards, and then I came back 5 minutes later, and 650,000 views. Don't go back and check it, that's what it was. Don't ever go back and look at the other one. Or at least don't ever go back and look at the view count. There's no reason. Watch this video. So, yeah, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, and you know, when you get 600 billion views, you have to make a second video. That means that everybody in the world got on the computer that they definitely have and watched your 6-minute video 100 times in 5 minutes. And that's called a fan base. And when you have a fan base like that, that means you have to make another video. So here's the other video. And since that introduction took way longer than I thought it was going to, I have 3 things to talk about. The first one we already covered, 750 trillion views, not bad. Number 2, I don't have enough time to talk about number 2. Number 3, so for those of you who don't know, I am living in a new house to come up here and go to school, and when I say new, I mean the house is almost a century old. But one of the things that I wanted to learn when I knew that I was going to be getting a house is how to fix stuff. Like, I wanted to become handy, and I wanted to be able to use tools, and I wanted to be able to wear a tool belt and tell people that their spark valves were leaky and that they needed to get their fuse capacitors wired. The third thing that I want to talk to you about is the counters that are going to be in some corner or part of the screen after I'm done with the video. One counter is going to tell you when something in the house breaks, and that's a point for the house, and the other counter is going to tell you when I fix something in the house, and that's a point for me. A couple weeks ago, when the clothes washing machine broke, that would be a point for the house. And when that happened, I put on my tool belt, went down in the basement and unplugged the clothes washing machine, and then I went into the back and pulled out the pipe that leads into the actual plumbing of the house where the water would drain, and then I took the most appropriate tool for my tool belt and I put it into the washing machine where the pipe leads into, and I moved it around and tried to pull anything out, and I didn't get anything too big, but I got some clumps of Juno's hair that built up on my clothing and gotten in there, and I pulled all that out, and then I put everything back together, plugged it back in, and then I used it later, and it worked. And then a week later it broke. And so those counters will be on here, and they're just going to be popping up, and I'll probably have a name. They're going to be somewhere on the screen, and I just want to let you know for future videos that's what that is. Yeah, I think that's all 3 things. The video, lots of views, so good job, everybody. Keep that up. That's you, but it's mainly me. And then the second thing, nope. And I wanted to talk to you about the counter for the house versus me, and that's the most important thing because I'm pretty sure you'll be seeing it again later. Fantastic.